Hey guys, and welcome back to Monster Hunter 3 Ultimate. Last time we went digging for some nice coral sunken treasure, and now it is time for us to take on our first urgent quest, which I'm pretty sure is the Great Jaggy. But before we get started, this is something that I want you guys to do. So if you went out and collected a bunch of honey, some herbs, blue mushrooms, go ahead and grab those, put them in your inventory. And now the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to make potions. Potions heal a bit more than herbs, and they are the basic building block of a successful hunt. So I'm going to hold down the A button here, and now I have 10 potions because the Book of Combos is awesome, and it allows me for greater success rates. However, we're not done yet. So if we take this honey and we go over and we combine it with the potion, we get mega potions. And because it's the Book of Combos helping us out, we always have a 100% success rate. And so mega potions are just, they're awesome. We always have mega potions, always have potions. In fact, always have materials to make more of those. That's my words of wisdom for this. So always have some sort of healing items on you, no matter how small it is. But before we get started, again, we're going to go over to this guy and we're going to see if we can't upgrade some weapons. So if we go to Weapon Craft, we go to Upgrade Weapons. Okay, I'm going to take a look here. Okay, no, I cannot upgrade my weapons, unfortunately, because I lack the required materials. But I can go over and forge. Oh, no, not what I'm looking for. I'm looking for a longsword. Okay, so it doesn't matter if the items are in your inventory or not. So long as you have the necessary materials to create said item, well, you can create it. And I'm just going to compare these two. This is basically a bone-based katana. It's like the iron katana I was currently wearing. However, it's a little bit stronger at the cost of some sharpness. And so, if you can barely see it on the left-hand side, but I'm going to see if I can't upgrade this weapon too. I cannot. So I'm going to need some Great Jaggy materials to upgrade this weapon. So, yeah. A little bit more powerful. However, the downside is, well, yeah, less sharpness, so I might need to sharpen it a little more often. So, I'm going to go over to here, to Urgent Quest. Oh, okay. Fine. No love for Ludroth. I was wrong. This isn't a Great Jaggy quest. I lied. I'm sorry. So, actually, we are going to go slay some Ludroth, and no, I don't want to talk to you. If you talk to the guild sweetheart while you have a quest ready to go, then, well, you can cancel the quest. In this case, I'm a little bit upset. I was really hoping to fight the Great Jaggy. Completely forgot about the Ludroth, I'm not going to lie. I thought they were going to be in the tutorial area where you were going into the water for the first time. But, oh well. Now, Ludroth, they are one of, I would say, only a few monsters that are more or less bound to water. They're typically in water. They can come on the land. There's only a few monsters that are specifically relegated to being in the water, like those water herbivores, which I keep forgetting their names. So, yeah, okay, for once there are felines here, not Melinxes. Okay. So, we're going to go into Area 10 for this, and, well, we're greeted with a cutscene. This is the cutscene that I thought was going to be in the tutorial area, which actually might have been a little bit better if you think about it. Because going into the water, for some, it's like, oh, yay, water, this is exciting. But if you go over there to the water's edge for the first time, and these guys pop out, it might make you second guess on going into the water. It might have had that fear factor to it. But sadly, that's not the case here. And so these guys are pretty basic. They could take quite a few hits this early on, but there's really not a whole lot to them. So I'm just going to go up, and I'm going to slaughter them. Again, you can use potions if you need to. You really shouldn't have too much of an issue taking these guys on. They do spit water at you, and that can cause water blight, which makes it so your stamina replenishes a lot slower. So, yeah, these guys are very easy to kill. Getting them into the water, however, they're a bit harder, because it's sort of like a, I want to compare it to sort of like gyroscope. Everything is free-flowing in every direction, so it might make fighting them a little bit awkward. You never know. And I think there might be one more in the water. Let's see. That looks like one right there. Okay. So, water-based combat is, well, it's not too hard. I mentioned this earlier. It's mostly the depth perception that will sort of throw you off a bit. Now, with the longsword here, I should probably point out, is you might have noticed me using this sort of a backward slash, and I'm moving left, right, backwards, all around. Well, that's called a fade slash, and that's generally what I do to end a combo. And the use for that is to help you avoid certain enemies, because there are times where you're using a sword and then you stop for whatever reason, and then you have sort of an animation that causes you to be a little bit vulnerable for maybe a second. And in that second, you could be hit by anything. And so what a fade slash does is it gets me out of the line of a monster's attack, just in case. Now, when using a fade slash, you can, if you don't hold any buttons, then or any direction on the analog stick, you will always go backwards. If you're holding it to the left or right, you will move left and right. Very simple. But yeah, that's all there is to this quest. A little disappointed that there's no Great Jaggy, but that's why I sort of saved my ass a little bit by saying think a lot, because I wasn't entirely sure. You never know. But that was not the Great Jaggy quest I was hoping for. In fact, these guys do not look like Great Jaggies at all. In fact, they're Ludroth. But yeah, for the slaying quests, you always have 60 seconds before you leave back for base camp, and during that time, you can kill some more monsters and take their goodies. However, if you're in the middle of a carving animation and the 60 seconds are up, that time is up and you don't get the item that, well, that you're carving off. If the window saying that you got an item comes up and then the quest complete comes up, then you still get that item, thankfully. It would have been quite an asshole move if it didn't do that. But next time, I believe, we will be taking on the Great Jaggy, I hope. So stay tuned, and I'll see you guys later. Take care.